Hey guys, if you've watched any of my other little videos where, like this, I always say when we're researching things, don't just trust one source. And I'm not a big fan in general, but I just wanted to Google live streaming in Syria laws. So, Syria's laws regarding live streaming are highly restrictive and heavily controlled by the government, effectively limiting freedom of expression and access to information. Extensive censorship. The Syrian government engages in widespread filtering of online content, particularly targeting websites related to politics, minorities, and human rights. This new cybercrime law was made in April of 22, which expands criminal scope and imposes harsher penalties for online activities deemed harmful to the state or public stability. Telecommunication companies and web hosting services are obligated to retain users' data and provide it to authorities upon request. They must also publicly display the owner administrator information for websites and applications. Penalties and violations of these laws can result in lengthy prison sentences up to 15 years and hefty fines up to 15 million Syrian pounds, particularly for crimes against the Constitution or undermining the prestige of the state. Surveillance and enforcement. Surveillance is widespread on Syrian ISPs, and security forces monitor online activities. Authorities have reportedly compelled cybercafe owners to spy on their customers. The new cybercrime laws expand the powers of authorities to monitor social media, collect data, and investigate cybercrimes. Intimidation and violence. Journalists, bloggers, and online activists face severe risks, including arbitrary arrest, detention, torture, and even execution in reprisal for their online activity, according to Freedom House. In essence, while live streaming is technically possible, the legal framework and enforcement practices in Syria severely restrict its freedom and carry significant risks for individuals who engage in activities deemed critical of the government or its policies. I just want to see if this says anything different. While specific laws and regulations directly addressing live streaming as a distinct activity aren't explicably detailed, Syrian law and practice significantly impact its use. Media and cybercrime laws. Syria's history of enacting legislation to control media and internet usage. Laws like number 108 of 2011 on media and legislative decree of cybercrime are used to restrict freedom of expression and potentially criminalize individuals for content posted online, including live streams. National unity and security concerns. The 2011 media law, for example, prohibits publishing content that affects national unity and national security or incites sectarian strife or hate crimes. These broadly worded terms can be used to justify censorship or prosecution related to live streams that deviate from the government's narrative. Content restrictions. The government blocks websites related to opposition groups, human rights organizations, and content critical to the regime. Live streaming platforms and content that fall into these categories are likely to be targeted or censored. Surveillance and monitoring. I think we just kind of read that. How they monitor activity. This creates a climate of fear and self-censorship as individuals are aware their online activities, including live streams, may be under surveillance. Syria's digital infrastructure is described as fragile and vulnerable. This can impact the reliability and quality of live streaming services regardless of the regulations. In summary, while there might not be a single live streaming law, the existing media and cybercrime laws, coupled with the highly controlled internet environment, significantly restrict the ability to live stream freely in Syria. Individuals engage in live streaming activities. They should be aware of these restrictions and the potential consequences for violating content regulations or engaging in activities deemed sensitive by the authorities. Alright guys, I just wanted to see what came up if I searched this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments if you have any. Do you think the things that Foodie's been uploading, or specifically live streaming, like, I don't know. All right, guys. See you in the next one.